Hello and welcome to day 54 and your 8th Sunday edition of BBLB.
And it's the 8th month of the year. Wow. It's August already. Where did that go? How did it happen?
How's that happened,
But
Emma?
where did the year go?
I don't know. Now, in the lifetime of the series, we are positively middle-aged, Emma. Unfortunately for Ben, well, you almost are, his twilight years came sooner than he thought, and Friday saw him depart from his big brother life.
But worry not, he's alive and well and is joining us today, along with all of this lot. Aussie dance maestro Adam Garcia will be making sense of John James's Aussieisms.
Yes, we'll be getting to the bottom of this week's Big Brother news headlines with Sunday Mirror journo Dean Piper.
Zig and Zag will be chatting shoe collections with Big Brother 5 winner Nadia.
Mind reader extraordinaire David Mead will be getting inside Ben's mind.
And a massive tune from a tiny man, Tinchy Strider, is here to play us out.
So, Friday saw our posho Benish from the house. This is his Big Brother story.
I don't know why you would have missed it, but if you did, here's what happened to Ben. He was an instant hit with Mario.
I just love everything about him.
But he kind of liked Rachel.
I'm going to marry Rachel, I've decided.
And the other Rachel.
I adore Rachel.
And that girl, Laura.
I love that girl, Laura.
He was rubbish at tests.
Are you going to continue?
No. I can't do it, I'm sorry. I can't do it.
And it being funny.
And someone said you're like Mrs. Thatcher after the Falklands War. I said that's just the hair.
But he was brilliant at winding people up.
Evening from you. Really teasing you.
I don't know why I bother with you, Ben, sometimes.
And you weren't bothered either, because you evicted him.
Ben!
And that was Ben's time on BB.
Now, before we meet the man himself, it's time to welcome a celebrity who'll be taking on the daunting task of drawing that quiff in this week's Evicted Depicted, everybody. Please welcome Adam Garcia. Adam, a lot of pressure, mate. You've got to get a lot of volume, a lot of body on that hair. Do you think you're up to it?
I think so. He's also very colourful, so I'm going to use, you know, the chlorophyll greens and...
Amazing.
Like lilacs and stuff like that.
You seem like you know what you're talking about.
I seem like I know what I'm talking about.
He's quite the artist, everybody.
Right, are you all ready to meet another rather posh housemate? Oh, yeah. He lasted 51 days, 1 hour, 24 minutes and 24 seconds
How
in
precise.
that house. And seeing as he wants his own show, we've decided that's what we're going to give him. Please welcome to the Ben Duncan Show...
Mr. Ben Duncan!
Well, good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Ben Duncan Show. This morning, my interviewers will be chirpy T4 duo Mr. George Lamb and Miss Emma Willis.
Wow. Hi, Ben. Hi, really nice to meet you.
George,
Thank you very much.
Welcome to your own show. So, of course, you know the drill, guys. This is your chance to ask me absolutely anything about my time in that madhouse.
God, hey? I feel so privileged.
We've got a lot to ask you as well, Ben.
What's it been like being out of the house? Two nights in your own bed, mate. You must be feeling like a new man.
I don't know about that for a start. It certainly has been my own bed. I was in one hotel on one night, the other hotel the other night. 3 in a bed on Friday, 2 in the bed last night.
Hey.
You've been a busy boy since you've been out of the house.
And they were just my friends. I don't think I've slept since about October, but otherwise I'm feeling pretty well.
Don't you just love him? Doesn't he just charm the pants off you the minute you meet him?
Ben, there must be a little bit of you that's missing this noise.
Oh, my God.
Huh? Taking you back to a dark time, Ben. It's all right, Ben.
It's the Baron.
Yeah, it is the Baron.
I'm afraid, George.
You should be.
I'm afraid. I tell you the other interesting great thing about the Baron was not only did you have the storing all night, but obviously because he has these amazing sort of electronic legs, they recalibrate. So every so often you would hear the sort of lottery results coming through. You'd hear these electronic murmurs. You didn't know whether you were live on a different channel or not.
Ben, let's talk about Friday night. And there was obviously 4 housemates up, and then it came down to you and John James. Did you know at that point, when you knew that you were up against him, that you would be going? Or did you think that you might just pip him to the post?
I think, in a word, yes, I think I did know I would be going. I think you might have seen a point where I leapt across the sitting room floor and grabbed my coat.
He seemed quite sure that he was going to go, though.
Yeah, but he always says that.
Play acting.
No, I wouldn't say he is. I don't think he is play acting, but I think he just
thinks negatively, and if it's positive, then that's...
John is an amazing person. As you know, we started off as very good friends. I consider him a friend. I hope he still considers me one. I think we drifted apart because fundamentally we're very different, but he is very black and white.
Benny, should we have a look at what the eviction crowd thought on Friday?
We can have a look.
Have a little look.
What went wrong for Ben is his hair. He wouldn't stop playing with it. He needs to get rid of it, basically.
I think Ben was a bit stuck up, and I don't think he was the right person to go in there at the first place.
I think Ben was a bit too lazy and a bit bitchy behind people's backs, but being very clever about it.
He did look really fit when he came out, though, I thought. He looks better in real life than on TV.
Ben went on a really amazing journey in that house. He got phenomenally booed on the way in. He won every one round in spite of the fact that he was the worst housemate I have ever seen at doing tasks. I'm really sad that he's gone because I think he's a great housemate. I'm going to miss his presence in there.
So, what do you think to those comments, Ben?
I think, to be fair, a lot of those are pretty honest and pretty accurate. I was a pretty bad housemate, let's be honest.
No, you were a brilliant housemate. You were just not
lousy at the
brilliant at tasks. Wasn't he a brilliant housemate? You're going to be so missed in there.
I mean, John James and I always used to talk about this. He would say, you come into the programme to be part of a team, you know? You don't join a football team and you don't play football. And I would sort of say, well, fair enough, but I'm not joining a football team. I'm joining a madhouse. I think I'm qualified for that. I can only be myself, and as some of my friends over here will tell you...
I was going to ask you, do you feel you were yourself? Because when you went in there, as Davina was saying, you were kind of vilified a little bit, and then gradually people got to know you and they kind of came round to you in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that doesn't happen in everyday life. I think what it was, some of the booing was to do with the theatre of this. I mean, you know this. You come into this programme, you're going to get booed, you're going to get applauded, you never know when. I think, obviously... I was set up slightly as the sort of Bond villain type, but then I quite like...
Yeah, but you like it.
I
wanted a white cat.
What I
liked about you, Ben, is that you've got a natural knack for putting your foot in it. Do you know what I mean? Would you like to see yourself doing that?
You're going to show me anyway.
Yes, we are.
You always misinterpret what I mean.
Well, maybe you should think about what you're saying, Ben.
Your first loyalty has to be to those countries that are under the Queen. That's the way it works.
You're insulting my granddad,
Why?
me, all the people who died during war because you're talking out your arse.
What are we doing about this washing up liquid?
We could use Sunshine's Veruca cream.
Stop it.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You love this, John, don't you?
The fact that I've got no circulation going to my head.
Well, you've got no brain cells, so that wouldn't do any harm.
You pop out these insults after insult after insult for no reason, Benny, and you can't see it.
Because you're an actress, I never quite know when you're sort of hamming it up and when that's you.
That was really hurtful.
But I didn't mean it to be hurtful. Oh, God.
So, Ben, some people have accused you of being the bitchiest housemate.
Yeah.
Do you think you are?
I hope that's not the case. I think when you're under that sort of pressure, everyone pops in different ways. You have people that have tempers, explode their tempers. I'm fairly laid back. I don't have a particular temper, but I also have a very black sense of humour, and obviously you watch some of that, and there are bits you stand by and there are bits you regret. And I've got my sense of humour. Anyone who knows me knows I speak most of the time with a big fat tongue in my cheek. And I don't think they always got that. But I think mostly they did in the end. I think, you know, even my last little tiff with Rachel, the Rachel Mark II, I think she realises that some of it's misunderstanding, and
I think it was a lot of misunderstanding because she loves you.
No, but the ladies did seem to quite like you. You were rather touchy-feely in the house. Davina said, you know, at certain points you were too touchy-feely. Just have a little look at this picture. This was certainly a moment where we thought, you know what? When Dave kind of had legs akimbo there and you had your head in his crutch just resting on the pillow, was there a point where you thought, you know what, this is a bit weird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Even I thought that was a bit weird. I think, obviously, I'm a fairly tactile person. I always have been. I get that from my dad. But, I mean, that's why I like Dave so much, because Dave literally picks you up, carries you around. You feel like a rag doll.
Puts you in his crutch.
Do you know what? I will...
Steve with his crutch,